Brother in arms wearing Wizards gear today.
I'm surprised I have it on because I do have a scorching case of Bullets fever.
Yeah.
I'm hoping Eric Bickle also has a raging case of Bullets fever after yesterday's news.
He's a little lukewarm, I'm guessing.
Raging? You have a raging case?
It's a pretty high grade fever. If I had to put a number on my Bullets fever right now, it's like 105. I might have to be loaded in the back of an ambulance.
He had a high fever for something else.
Trae Young.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean I've had a lot of fevers of late for the Bullets / Wizards.
I don't know. I'm excited. The biggest thing is I'm excited that it looks like what we've been asking for is they're done tanking. Right, this year will be it.
Yep.
Obviously this year they're going to lose as much as they can.
Correct.
But we're going to try to win games. Again.
Yes.
And so I'm excited for the end
Dawkins
of that era.
isn't messing around.
Yeah, I'm excited for the end of that era.
I saw an interesting note, though, from Wizards Muse. I don't know if that is 100% credible, but it said that they were trying to get Cat, and I can't remember the other player first, and they ended up with Anthony Davis, so he wasn't the number one apple of their eye.
Well, it did say it came out of nowhere.
Well, what it said is that it was owner-directed.
Wow.
And that is a little curious. So maybe the owner had it with the tanking and was like, hey, let's make a move.
Well, again,
I wonder why that would ever be made
seriously
public.
You take Wizards Muse. I mean, that's.
Yeah.
I just don't know how serious you take that as a source.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not sure I believe it. But I will say this.
Yeah.
You're right. It's the Anthony Davis thing because there was talk that because he wants to get out because Dallas doesn't want to extend him. And there was talk that he was going to get dealt, but the Wizards never came up.
No.
Yeah, I mean,
other teams
Will
came up.
Said it came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So I'll take his word for it. Listen, the obvious concern I have immediately is, oh my God, this guy hasn't played in in fact, I tweeted about 2 months ago or a month ago when he got hurt. Like the video of him getting hurt is like comical. Like he just kind of bumps into somebody with his hand and he falls down. Like you'd have thought he got shot.
Freak injuries.
It was the most comical thing I've seen. But he is a 10-time All-Star. I mean, when a guy's out there, he's a game changer. So let's hope they can figure out a way to get him out there.
He's going to give you 20 and 11.
Yeah, and I mean, you pair him with Sarr, and then if Trey's part of your plan, he could cover up some of those defensive inefficiencies or whatever. It's super exciting. And I think the last. Right, when they won like 3 of 4 or whatever, and then they won again the other day when they weren't even trying to. Like, it's getting to the point now where the young boys are starting to really compete.
They're developing,
and it's a little bit harder to tank actually.
The young guys,
time to turn the corner, and this may not hit, but that's okay. They're starting to turn the corner.
The young guys have shown enough, and yes, on paper, if you have Trey in the backcourt, plus a possible lottery pick like Darren Peterson, but you don't know. But let's say you have Trey, Keyshawn, Sarr, and AD with Bilal and Bub coming off the bench and Jaden Hardy. Hardy, 2 seasons ago during the Mavericks finals run, showed serious offensive potential. Yeah. This year he hasn't done as much, but I would not sleep on Hardy. The rest of the guys are bums. Exum, get rid of.
They're all free agents.
D'Angelo Russell.
All of their contracts expire. So
that's fine. But I think Hardy could be a piece, and then you draft somebody that could be something.
Sure.
The warning is Anthony Davis showed up this year fat. Okay, so you don't know if you're going to get a motivated Anthony Davis. Now he might want an extension down the road.
He definitely does.
But he showed up fat, and during his tenure with Dallas. Since the Luka deal, 83 games, basically a season, he played in 29.
Yeah.
29 out of 83. And I looked at his entire career. He's only been over 70 games 3 times. 2 of them were in his first 3 seasons.
Yeah, he had one a couple years ago, but beyond that, it's been...
And those are red flags
here's the deal.
No doubt.
Okay, it's a flyer, okay?
Right.
It's a crapshoot because of his health. They didn't give up anything.
Right, they gave
That's a big thing.
Don't worry about the first-round picks. They're the Thunders is going to be the last pick in the first round.
Be like 30, and the other one's
don't worry about that.
The other one's a top 20 protected pick.
Yeah, but that's 5 years down the road.
Right, that's in 2030.
They didn't give up
cares?
anything, so they're taking a flyer. Now, who knows if they're going to try and extend Davis? It probably kind of depends on how he plays next year if he stays healthy, but you're getting an all-star. If he stays healthy, it's a plus. If he doesn't, oh well.
My Wizards fever Cakes has a raging case of Wizards fever.
Big one.
I had 0 on the Trae Young deal. For AD, I'm at about a 99.2.
It barely registers.
I was probably more excited for Trae than I am AD, but just because of the availability issue.
Yeah.
But
Availability of Trae Young? I haven't seen him on the court yet.
You might not see either of them this year.
That's the plan. The plan is not to see AD or
Trae.
Young.
They're moving their pieces around to start winning next year, and that's what I'm excited about.
They want to accomplish the mission of this year. The mission of this year is secure, hopefully, a top 4, top 5 pick.
Okay, my lukewarm on Trae is I don't believe Trae is a winning player. I think there's a reason Atlanta dumped him.
Right.
His shooting percentage has declined over the years. He's a defensive liability. I don't love him. AD, when healthy, he's won a championship in college and in the pros. When healthy, he's one of the best players in the game. Little worried. The reason we're only at 99.2 is not just that he's missed games, that there are reports that he showed up fat. He's 32, and maybe he's lost some motivation.
Well, I think also it was a very awkward situation. They all wanted Luka. I mean, that put him in. It could put you in a depression. You know what I mean? Nobody wanted him in Dallas. I might give him benefit of the doubt. I'm not sure he has a track record of showing up fat. So let's maybe give him one pass on that and see if he can't figure it out. Be motivated here, motivated for an extension. I would guess he'd get himself together and try to be healthy and fit. I would guess that would happen.
Look, it could be a very imposing front line, especially defensively, with Anthony Davis and Alex Sarr.
I've been begging for them for the entirety of the show. We're in our 30th year to play defense. And believe me, defense is boring, but you just can't give up 130.
They're going to block a lot of shots if they stay healthy.
They just can't. For 30 years they haven't played defense. Renewed effort. It's going to be, and it never happens. If they could get these guys out there, even with Trae out there, they're going to be better defensively.
I was surprised at how many people hated the trade. These sports writers online. I mean, a lot of guys gave the Wizards a C- to a D plus.
Yeah,
because they're just kind of concerned that with all these young players, if you have Trae Young and Anthony Davis on the court, I mean, those two guys are going to dominate the ball. So how are you going to get all these young guys shots? I'm for it because you didn't give up anything, and you get another star. It's going to put people in the seats. Hopefully, he stays healthy. If Young and Davis stay healthy and they get a top 3 pick,
right,
and you get a stud next year, I think Wizards fans should be excited.
And as much as I love acquiring the young core and those young pieces, you have to meld them with some vets at some point, and the Wizards felt like next year is that point.
It's their first crack at
it. They're mini going for it to be competitive in the East.
Yeah, they're going to try to win games again.
Right.
Well, they've had vets,
which is refreshing.
They've had vets while they've tried to lose.
Okay, but I mean, these are higher caliber vets.
Yes,
McCollum
the warning
and Chris Middleton.
The warning is what kind of Anthony Davis you're going to get.
Right.
So he's been a first-team All-NBA player 4 times. Which is top 5 players in the league. 2015, 2017, 2018, 2020. So it's been a while. He made the second team in 2024. Are you getting a player in his prime, tail end? Are you getting a player who's on the decline? Probably. But maybe he'll be motivated for this extension. So,
well, he's definitely past his prime.
They're going to play secondary roles. They're superstars. They'll play secondary roles with the young guys. That's the idea, I think.
I don't think he's going to be a secondary role. What I've said about the Wizards, and I think Trae Young and Anthony Davis, should they play, will fill this role, is they haven't had a number 1 guy like scorer. You know, I think Keyshawn George is a nice piece, but he's not a number 1. I like Bub. He's going to probably be a bench player.
Yep.
Trae, shows some flashes. Maybe he could turn into that guy. Like, at least for a few years, these are guys who can fill it up and be your go-to guys. Anthony Davis is a go-to guy. He could score.
Correct. Yeah, I don't see them playing secondary roles.
No.
Well, I mean those guys okay.
They're stars, and once they get on the court, they're going to do what they got to do. And remember, both these guys want extensions.
I'm not sure it's going to be AD out there trying to get career highs every night. Like, I think they'll play within a system, but I don't know.
Maybe not career nights, but he should be. Those 2 guys should be their leading scorers.
Yeah. If they're on the court, they're going to score.
I'm not sure.
Sarr will be right in there.
I'm not sure
Sarr
you're
will be
going to
up
get
there.
Anthony Davis to be leading scorer night in and night out. I'm not sure.
He should be.
I think that
I want him pouring in 20.
I'm not sure if he's that guy
If you
anymore.
bring him in, I want him.
Maybe.
And he's healthy. I want him scoring.
So
20 a night.
he's owed 58.5 next year, and then he's got a player option of 62. So I would assume he's going to decline that because he wants an extension. So who knows what the Wizards' plan is going beyond the player option? We just have no idea.
Look, I'm not looking 3 or 4 years down the road. I'm looking
next year.
Next year.
Right.
See how they pair them up on the court. See how they perform together. See how the mix works with the younger players. I'm worried about next season.
Yeah.
Here's what Anthony
I get
Davis
4 years
gave
down the
you
road.
just the last 3 years with the Lakers. He averaged 26 in 2022-23. In 23-24, he averaged 24.7. And then before being traded to Dallas, he was averaging 25.7. That's your number one scorer. Him and Trae Young are going to be your top 2 scorers.
He's going to take shots, yes.
If they play. That's the big question.
Oh, they're going to play.
If they play. Well, given Anthony Davis's injury history,
you mean, okay. All right.
we don't know how often he's going to be on the court.
I understand what you're saying.
Again, for Dallas, in a full season's worth of games, 83 games, he was on the court for 29.
Yeah.
Right,
He's got to stay healthy.
Got lots to get to on this open line Thursday. Here's your guest line at Bears Verluga, former Washington Post columnist, calling from the Winter Olympics in Italy. I guess he's still presently a Washington Post columnist.
Still cover it.
This is his last assignment for the Washington Post, sadly. He will be on the show at 7 a.m. Brandon Duhaime from the Caps, he'll join us prior to their final game before the Olympics break. That's coming up at 8:45. And Michael Wilbon, former Washington Post columnist, we will talk to him about the dissolution of the Post sports department and the Anthony Davis trade here to the Wizards. So lots to get to on an open line Thursday. When we come back, we'll get into some audio clips from ESPN and Gilbert Arenas about the massive Anthony Davis to the Wizards trade that went down yesterday.